Hey guys, it's Tombox here, or it's Yugi Sensei, and today's video we're going to be going over the rulings of lose one turn versus link monsters. Even if you try to Google search it, it will basically auto-complete before you even finish the sentence. So I'm guessing a lot of people have looked this up and they already found their answer, but I'm here to kind of level the playing field for everyone so that they understand how this particular thing works. But on top of that, I want to drill into your heads a concept of how to anticipate rulings. That's more important than anything, so that there will be less misruling and how to anticipate correctly and what's the proper procedure so people don't jump to conclusion, making misplays, making misrulings and illegal plays, such and so forth, so people don't get soft cheated along the way. That's one thing, and on top of this, I'm doing one viewer requested ruling, and that will happen after the main ruling. So you know what, let's just jump into this one. So this card read is brought to you by the Patreons, Joey, and also Jordan Donut. Joey, thanks for being super active in the Discord. You guys can also check out the Discord link down in the description below if you want to talk with Joey, because he's there. And Jordan, thank you. So let's get into this read. The card text states, for lose one turn, this continuous trap. Activate this card only if you currently control no special summon monsters. That's the activation condition. While a monster is face up on the field, negate its effects during the turn that monster was special summoned. So if it's face up, it's negated, okay? And if an effect monster is special summoned in attack position, change it to defense position. Now that I've read it, it seems pretty self-explanatory how this card works against link monsters. It does. It just negates them. You can't change the battle position because that is not applicable to the link monsters since they don't have a defense position, and therefore that's it. For the turn that they are summoned, they are negated. So against nightmare monsters, sky striker monsters, they're straight up negated while that happens. So nightmares, you're not going to be able to get your pluses. You can pay your cost, but you're not getting anything out of it. You're going to be negated unless there's some way or form that your card is not negated by the time it resolves. Then sure, we can talk then. But for now, it is not. Well, it is not going to get its effect to go through. It is completely negated, and that's what you're going to have to deal with. That's really all there is to say about the link monsters. But how did people come to the conclusion where they're actually misplaying this? Now, this is actually coming from the concept and stems from people anticipating how a card works because they look at the result of the card effect, but not the context that they're played in. So whenever people see like, oh, my card didn't go to defense mode, therefore it didn't get negated, it's because the result of lose one turn usually results in the monster going to defense mode, and because the effect negation already happened, the only action was to change it to defense mode, and the negation is kind of followed through. But in reality, it is that the monster was already negated beforehand before it even went to defense mode. It's not the trigger effect, it's two separate effects. And one key thing to note about this is you have to identify the conjunctions. If you're able to identify conjunctions, you know about 30% of Yu-Gi-Oh! Already. The other 60% or the 66% of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is basically knowing your fast effect timing, knowing how triggers work, and turn player priority. That's about it. If you have all that mastered, you might as well go do your ruling comprehension test number 2, because if you've mastered reading your cards, that's how it works. So number one thing is, don't assume an effect until you have read the card. And number two thing is, remember the context of how things work, not just the results. Because of these results that we see from precedents, we immediately assume the conclusion of that's how the card works, and that's how the misinterpretation of card text happens. So whereas lose one turn versus link monsters, the link monster is in fact negated. It doesn't go to defense mode because that is not possible. That is the conclusion to that ruling. Seems simple enough. Now, that's exactly it. That was even the concept too. So I guess I kind of delivered that along the way. Now, as for the user requested ruling, we have Sangan versus Exodia. Exodia, obliterate! For Exodia, search Sangan. Like, I guess a Sangan fetched Exodia. Can it still get its win condition on the turn it activated or whatever? And here's the thing, I know it's a kind of a triggering word to say activate. For first of all, Exodia does not activate. I'm just going to read it right here. If you have the right leg of the Forbidden Run, left leg of the Forbidden Run, right arm and left arm, in addition to this card, you win the duel. This thing does not activate.
Does not activate.
There you go. What does Sangan say? Sangan said, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add 1 monster 1500 attack or less from your deck to your hand. You cannot activate cards or the effect of cards with that name for the rest of the turn. You can only use the effect of Sangan once per turn. So Sangan now is a bit of a hard once per turn kind of card. But here's the thing about Sangan. It only stops the activation of cards. But let's just put this into context now. Prohibition versus Exodia, the Forbidden One. There's rulings specifically stating that you can't block Exodia's win condition. If Prohibition, the card text is activate by declaring 1 card name, that cards with that name and their effects cannot be used. Used is a much more blanketing term when it comes to card effects. When it comes to cards itself, it even stops the summon, stops the activation of the effect, stops the continuous effects, and basically stops the card altogether. That card becomes quote-unquote blanked. It's blanked out because it's not usable, except for, of course, the cards are already on the field. Of course, Exodia is rarely on the field, except for Panda Express. And the only reason I'm talking about this is this ruling kind of came from the Panda Express video. Panda Express is the Panda Exodia deck. And for that, people are like, oh, people can just like mind crush out the Exodia when they get the pieces to their hand. And I'm saying no, if you get the Exodia head, the game is over. You just don't get that chance to actually do anything to the Exodia head. You have to crush out the other pieces of Exodia, and that's usually not going to work out very well because Firewall's going to add it back to their hand, and you know what? You need Reincarnation to get rid of it. But that being said, Prohibition's ruling states specifically, you can actually even look up Konami's database for this, it states that, if you have declared Exodia the Forbidden One as the card declared for Prohibition, if your opponent completes their set of Exodia in their hand, it will not stop Exodia's win condition. In other words, Exodia can obliterate right through the Prohibition and take the duel. It doesn't activate, it just happens. Just as Exodia can happen mid-chain. If you're in the middle of a chain and you complete Exodia, you complete it. Mid-chain does not, however, mean mid-effect. If you're in the middle of an effect and you completed Exodia, however, you have to lose in a piece due to the resolution of the effect, you still have to complete the effect. It's just every instance of the chain they check for Exodia's win condition. And that kind of summarizes Exodia's win condition for you guys. And the only reason why this video is even here is because of the Panda Express video where multiple people have voiced out that, oh, if you search Exodia with Sangan, you can't activate it. Here's the thing, you can activate it. Even when the blanketing term can't stop it, yeah, Sangan is kind of not exactly a good reference point. But anyways, that's all I got for this video, you guys. And I got some proxies to showcase to you in the next video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit it with a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more stuff from MST.TV, hit the subscribe button, smash it, give it a like. And as always, Yugi is now signing out. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please drop us a like so we know we are doing a good job. And you can also subscribe to MST.TV for more fantastic videos by clicking on the button on the left. Don't forget to check out our partners at Imperium Duelist. They make really high quality mats, including some of my own limited edition release stuff. And if you want to check out one of our past videos, click here on the right. As always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV, and I'll see you next time.